The shower makes her smell like flowers. Very nice.
Whoa. Okay, let me and Kyle do our shit, Gypsy.
Okay, adios.
Adios,
Shit,
amiga.
fine.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Project Hindsight, where we've got crazy old ladies yelling in the background. We got cats chilling. We got guys who don't even know that we're starting. This is a crazy podcast. We just started.
Yes.
We just got started recording, and I'm not going to start over again because that was just...
Well, I didn't even... So, like, normally, the way we've been doing it the last couple weeks is I'll just be like, all right, we're recording, and then we start riffing, and then just go into it, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm sitting here having a conversation with my mom, and then Kyle's like, all right, what's up, everybody? Here we go, let's welcome to the thing. But yes, hello, everyone. Welcome to... I got the name right today. It is Project Podcast.
No, it is Podkast Hindsight. So, we are here on Podkast Hindsight, episode 3. We're going to be talking about chapter 14 of The Mandalorian. Oh, boy. That is episode 6 of season 2.
Yeah.
So,
We
yeah.
pop it up, so-
We want to start with a little recap. Talk
The
about...
chapter, it's chapter 14, and we'll say the name later
Sure.
because it lives up
Yeah.
to its title. But yeah, dude, recap of well, actually, first, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How the fuck are you?
I'm good,
Oh,
man.
this is
I feel
also
like
Jam
you,
is joining
you
us.
didn't introduce
I didn't
our
introduce
special
Jam.
guest.
This is my special guest today. This is Jamitha. We call her Miss Jamie, Jam, anything to do with Jam. Her actual name is Miss Jamie, so we call her MJ, of course. I call her Jam. Jam is my girl. Jam is my baby. She knows her name. She loves to be pet, and she always hangs out with me, even if she's not always on camera. She's always usually off to the side. She's awesome.
We're gonna ask her thoughts on
Yeah.
Grogu today and her general. I'm sure she has very important things to say about this season of Mandalorian. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for bringing this guest on. Valerie.
Yeah.
Really, we appreciate it. I know it wasn't easy to book her. You know, cats are very.
No.
Very.
She's actually the voice actor, or I'm not the voice actor, the body double for Captain Marvel's cat, and also Spider-Man from the Miles Morales series.
Yes.
It's
yes,
all a
this is
lie.
true.
But we tell her that it's true. We tell her it's true, and she believes it. She is one hell of a celebrity in this house. Huh,
I
Jam?
feel like we should just use this intro we had right now
Sure.
as the Instagram promo clip because we can pitch it as like, yeah, here's our special guest today. You gotta tune in.
Yeah.
You gotta tune in for the cat, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I'm feeling good, man. This is
a good one.
The energy
Yeah.
we need to.
Just a nice
to
little
get through
high,
this.
like nice little chill time. So
I think I'm more than a nice little high this one, dog. I got the podcast name incorrect, so.
last podcast, I didn't take notes and I was stony baloneyed, bro. So like it was just I was like half like I had to watch it again to make sure I didn't sound like a bumbling fool. Yeah, there's things that like in this one I was like I'm taking notes. If I'm gonna smoke, I'm only gonna smoke like a teeny bit. And yeah, so I mean that's a great segue.
Do you want to start with the last episode? It's not the season recap, but the last episode recap really quick?
Yeah, so we found out that the child's name is Grogu. We found out that there are other Jedi around. Obviously, those of us who know a little bit about Star Wars know that there are Jedi that survived Order 66, including like Cal Kestis, including obviously Ahsoka Tano, obviously Baby Grogu. And we know that he needs to go to the Seeing Stone in order to kind of do something to reach out and try to find another Jedi master who's willing to train him. So they're on their way to that planet now, and I think that's pretty much where we left off. Anything you want to add there?
I think you missed one of the most epic things that happened last week with
Sure.
Ahsoka Tano.
No, I mean, I didn't talk in
I
depth about it. I didn't talk in depth about it, but go for it.
I feel like you didn't mention her name at all, though. Like, I feel like I missed that. I heard
talking.
Grogu.
I said obviously Ahsoka Tano.
We forgot the Magistrate, Thrawn.
Right. There's a lot going on.
Thrawn.
Yep, we found
the
Thrawn.
only thing Thrawn. The only thing I just really want to talk about, because it's still like, I know we discussed it last week. We're like, well, we can't really call it a lightsaber duel, but what I can say is that's probably like I'm gonna rewatch it again, but I keep watching clips most of it. I think that's my favorite fight sequence in all of Star Wars right now. Especially seeing that Beskar spear and understanding how fucking sturdy Beskar is. But I love that fight. It was really good.
The actress. Sorry, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you, but I just real quick. The actress is actually the goddaughter of Bruce Lee. Who would have known?
Yes. Yeah, I remember reading that. Yes, that's true. But yeah, no. So it was just man. What was it? It was a great fight. Oh yes. It reminded me of the showdown in Kill Bill between the bride and I believe the character's name is Oren Ishii. The way it was show off, and apparently that is based off of another classic fight, and there were really cool vibes of like Kurosawa, I believe is his name, and just a samurai showdown. Like, and I liked it because remember, Mandalorian's a Western, right? And this is just the way I envision it. But when you think about the West, you think about the gunslingers, you think about the Wild West. When you think about the East, you think about the sword wielders, you think about the old samurai.
Yeah.
And it was so cool to kind of see the two meet, because you had the standoff with the guns outside, then you had what was like the samurai. Like, it's great. It's great. I don't want to keep.
No, I loved it because
like, I loved
the wall between them for me was actually very symbolic. Both when she jumped off the wall into the thing, and like kind of like you're on your own now, and then the two separate, very 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 attractive fight, like not fight scenes, standoffs. One's a fight scene, one was more of a standoff, but yeah, I mean, all leading up to this knowledge that we need to get Grogu to a seeing stone, and we need to get him a new Jedi Master, and that's where we're at. That's where we left off. And
spoilers.
Remember, the tracking beacon is still on the ship, by the way.
Yeah, tracking beacon is still on the ship, but Kyle made it apparent with me when we were discussing beforehand to really vocalize that we're going to do spoilers. But
spoilers from this point forward.
Yeah. I feel like though, like real talk, like I put it in the show description in the bottom. If you see a podcast that says Mandalorian Chapter whatever, and it's the current week, like if you click through it and expect not to get spoilers,
I'm sorry.
Like, I wouldn't click something that said that if I hadn't seen it. But anyways, yes, lots of spoilerinos, spoilerific. So let's do this, dude. Let's start.
On the post on Instagram, I did say you should watch the episode before.
Yeah.
So
I want to start. So no, I'm not like rushing it. Like,
no, go for it.
I'm laughing because like I want to start because this is something I told you, and so. Kyle, as you said earlier, there's a tracking beacon, of course, on the ship, and we forgot about it for a while. We're like, man, I wonder when they're finally gonna, jump in on that tracking beacon and go for it. And man, when the episode opened, it's chapter 14. The episode is called The Tragedy.
It is The Tragedy.
And the minute I saw the title, The Tragedy, I knew, dude. I knew we were gonna lose Grogu. Immediately, dog. That title is just like, I felt it in the pit of my stomach. I was like, my boy.
Yeah.
We about to lose my boy.
Honestly, though, I know we're gonna get it back. For me, the tragedy was actually the ship. When his ship, when his ship, the Razor Crest, got destroyed, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, dog. However, that also leads us to another ship that we saw that I was like, finally. The Slave One. Yeah. The Slave One was in this one. Oh, I saw it flying. Well, the whole episode opened with Mando happy to know Grogu's name, to the point where he was playing with him with his name, like calling him, waiting for a response. Yeah. More opening with like a fatherly scene, and then the ball, and then worried about him being worried, making sure that there was no issues.
I like that because the whole, like, you get the father-son vibe now, and the whole exchange, like, he's trying to tell Grogu, he's like, yeah, like, we're gonna get you to the person, they're gonna find you, we'll get you back with your people, they're gonna train you. He's like, I can't train you, you're too powerful. But you can tell in his voice, he's kind of hesitant, like, he's saying these things to sort of, like, try and process and accept. He's like, damn, I'm about to give away my son.
Yeah.
Like, that's it, I'm about to lose my son. Because at this point, he's very he's very much bonded to Grogu, and it's the father. It has the father-son relationship. Like we saw it 2 episodes ago when, you know, Grogu's trying to help repair the ship, and then you're thinking about like a father trying to teach his son how to like fix a fridge or some shit like that, you know. So
Yeah.
I love the dynamic they have, and just it leads into like I think this happened after the opening screen, but I loved how he took Grogu down when he was with his jetpack, and you hear Grogu just like so fucking hype. He's like, yes.
Yeah.
So that was
Oh,
a
he
really
said
good
he
opening.
said it's time to what did he say? Travel with the windows down.
Yes.
And when he's holding the baby, actually, if you look, he's holding him, but he's also holding his hand in his hand, like he's holding the baby Grogu's hand, and you don't even notice it.
That's precious.
Yeah, it's so funny. And he was explaining to him when they were still on the ship that like he's like, when we find the master, you're gonna have to be on your own. You got to do your own thing, you know, all that stuff. And it really just felt more like he was reassuring himself that he was gonna be able to let go, which is just so. It's like sad, and it gives you so much depth of the character. So much. But and then all this stuff. So they're in the jetpack. They're flying. They see the Seeing Stone, the one that they're heading to. And he made a little joke where he says, "Well, we're here. We're at the Seeing Stone. And are you seeing anything?" I thought that was cute. Really, really funny. But then something flies overhead. Something I love seeing. It was the Slave One. Yeah, Slave One.
I just want to really quick with the Seeing Stone. I just love how clueless the Mandalorian is. Like, he's scanning it. He's like, is there something I'm supposed to press? Is there a switch? Like, what's going on? And Grogu's just like sitting there. He's just chilling. And correct me if I'm wrong, did it happen right as the ship, of course, the Slave One came in?
Yeah.
Or did it happen after, when he pretty much activated the stone and was just, like, meditating, Super Saiyan? Like,
as the Slave One flew in, our Mandalorian walked over to the edge of the Seeing Stone, looked down, and was like, well, it's time to go, I guess. Like, we're going to have to come back, you know? Like, and as he was turning around, the baby was like, Super Saiyan.
Yeah, all of a sudden it snapped in on him, and he's just meditating with that aura. And man, when I saw that happen,
I was like,
the ship came down, I was like, oh, this is gonna get intense now, because we see it multiple times. He tries so hard to reach in to try and like rescue him and save him, and he cannot break through, dude. That thing just keeps bashing him back. So I was just like, man, this is gonna get really bad. But that ship lands, and I know a lot of people were speculating, like, maybe it's another clone, but I was like, no, that's most certainly Boba Fett. And the minute that ship rolled in, that was the confirmation. Like, he wasn't anywhere near a ship the first time we saw him, right? It was just him just showing up, standing on a hill.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen his ship in a long time. He actually said later that it has been 25 years since that armor was his, like, or since his name was put into that armor, actually.
That's actually really cool now, because we're kind of going to understand a bit more of the timeline now. Because I think if we go back and figure out when he got stuck into the Rancor, I think we can go from there to figure it out. I'm sorry, watching the kids,
I know.
so it's distracting, but it's also adorable.
She's actually putting her input. I was going to let you know in a minute. She really enjoyed those scenes with Boba Fett. She's seen every single Star Wars movie at least once. So
that's so wholesome. But yeah, no, like, once the ship showed up, like, he showed up, and we also have okay, so this season's been really good at throwing us off. Like, we saw Boba Fett at one point, then he disappeared. We never saw him again. We heard Ahsoka's name mentioned once, and then we didn't see her for like a cool minute.
Mm-hmm.
So they distract us, but man, when they finally show up, they deliver.
Yeah.
100%. So man, he shows up, and he brings another friend.
Yes, Fennec, who we thought died earlier. Turns out she was rescued by Boba Fett on the sands of Tatooine. And she actually, her whole mid area was like cybernetic, very similar, reminiscent to like the scene where we see any cybernetics in Star Wars, really. Yeah. So yeah, she was there. She was on Sniper, and she had baby Grogu in her sights, man.
Yeah.
She wasn't gonna shoot. She knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was totally like a bargaining chip right there. Like I knew they weren't gonna try and hurt the child. I was like, there's no way. Because for a minute I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This was my theory that came into mind for a minute after I saw the title. I was like, oh shit, dude.
What if the baby just
Boba
died?
No, dude. Oh God, no, please no. But like, what if Moff Gideon hired Boba Fett to get the child back? That crossed my mind for a minute right there. I was like, oh shit, dude, they're here to get the child. That's
bounty.
Fucked up. But then we find out though that's not actually why he's here. He's here for the Beskar, bro. The Beskar.
He wanted his armor back. And rightfully so. My question is, how the hell did he not take it back from the guy who was wearing it before? Like, come on, it's not that hard to find. That was a location on Tatooine. Like, and the guy who was wearing it, the marshal, was just a pretty average dude. You know, how could he not get it back?
I'm curious to see, because when he mentions the marshal by name, I forgot the marshal's actual name, but he mentions, he's like, I want the armor back. That was it. Cade, was that the guy's? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually said his like.
I think the marshal may have said a name, but I remember
the marshal.
I remember Boba Fett mentions it. He's like, I want the armor back that the marshal was wearing. He's like, I know you have it. So I don't know how long he knew, because he mentions the marshal by name. Like, I don't know how long he knew.
Oh, did he mention the marshal by name? I didn't even hear that.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Let me pull that up really quick. The name of the marshal really fast.
Yeah, it would be weird that he knew that the marshal had it.
Marshal, Mandalorian. Well, here's the reason why I'm very curious. He mentions Cobb Vanth. There we go. He says Cobb Vanth. I want the armor that Cobb Vanth has. So I'm trying to wonder one of two things. Like, did he just realize like he had the armor because he was spying on them and stuff? But then it was like, if he knows the marshal by name, I feel like maybe he's known the dude has had the armor for a while, and I don't know, maybe because of what he was doing, what the marshal was doing with it, Boba Fett. Because we realized too in this episode that he's not actually fucked up, dude. Like, he offers protection for the child and Mando in exchange for the armor.
Yeah, for sure. And dude, it was impressive to see them later on hold up the end of the bargain, even though it didn't work for them. So like, I don't know. We saw that after they kind of was able to make a little bit of a trade deal, it was time to go in Mando's mind. You know, like, Grogu was still meditating. He went up to go get him, and he kept getting thrown backwards, and it gets knocked out fucking cold, dog. Hard. And then, you know, we see some ships start to fly in, and stormtroopers just fucking piling out of these things like clowns in a clown car, dude. How many of them fit in that thing?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was a clown ship,
bro.
And they immediately were getting wrecked, bro. Immediately.
Yeah. I love how you say that, because they run out like clowns, and they're just, I still don't understand. I said this in the very first episode recorded, and I'm gonna say this shit again. Who fucking hires the stormtroopers? Remember at one point when what was her name, by the way? I forgot it.
Which one?
The one that came back, we thought she was dead. Fennec.
Yeah.
I just fucking like Fennec knocks the boulder down, right?
Yeah.
And none of them try to jump to the side. The
guy in the Gatling gun was like, I'll just shoot it apart. Like,
I was like, why didn't you move, bro? He just waited for it to crush him. Like, who fucking hires these stormtroopers? What's their training like? Like, it's like, do they just hand anyone a gun who volunteers?
Dude, clearly, Boba Fett's not happy with the replacements of clone troopers. He clearly is like, you are subpar pieces of garbage, and this is how I feel by hitting the shit out of them with the Tusken Raiders weapons. Like,
dude,
that scene,
was, right?
Dude, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that scene was so intense, bro, and he was mad. Like, he does not like the Empire.
Yeah.
Oh, he's worked for the Empire, man.
Yeah.
He worked for Darth Vader. You know, he was hired directly by Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
He was still a child during Order 66, right?
So during episode 2 of the Clone Wars, during the battle on Geonosis. His dad got killed by Jango Fett got killed by Mace Windu,
right?
which is why I'm like, and nobody's confirmed Mace Windu's dead yet. So I'm sitting here like,
Man.
And to be able to see Boba Fett finally get revenge on Mace Windu, or other way around, like just a fight between the two of them at their fucking peak strengths would be so cool.
Yep.
But yeah, that was during the so he was still a kid during that time, which means that he was about his dad's age when he was hired, when his dad's age when he died, when he was hired by Darth Vader. So now he's about 25 years older than that. So we're looking at maybe about maybe 50 years old, 55 years old version of Boba Fett, which that's about the age that Darth Vader was when he died, if I have my timelines all correct.
Well, I feel like as time passes now, we're gonna have an easier time pinpointing when all of this is, because Boba Fett mentioning you said 25 years, right?
Since his name was put into the armor, which is when his dad died, because that's when he collected the armor. That's when he got it, and it was repainted and everything, I think. Because he said it was my father's before me. So that is Jango Fett's armor.
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, he just repainted it.
It's not his own armor.
I never knew that. I didn't know that until this episode. I think
that's like the first time they revealed that. They did another big thing, too, because remember, we talked about it a few episodes back where people debated, are Jango and Boba Fett really Mandalorians? And I did some digging, and I was like, wow, he has a similar story to the Mandalorian. They were adopted in, so technically he is a real one. And you find out his father was a foundling, just like Din.
Now Din is finding out as well that his type of Mandalorian isn't the only type of Mandalorian, and so him willingly giving back. And now here's what I think ultimately the fight where he watches at the very end, where you see Boba, and Boba's such a likable character, dude. So I love him. And when he puts the armor on, dude, with the underneath the clothes, like, that's just the coolest rendition of that I've ever fucking seen. And the fight just proved to Din that he knew what was happening. Like, he knew that was his armor at that point. And then he proved it by showing him the holo scans and stuff or whatever. Let's see, where are we? I wrote in my notes, Boba is a fucking badass.
Well, we're pretty much in the gigantic fight scene right there where we mentioned we saw.
Look, our stormtrooper's dumb. Boba is a fucking badass. I honestly don't I know what scene it was.
Yeah. Well, we had that fight. We mentioned pretty much all the details. Stormtroopers getting wrecked. We saw. God, I keep blanking out on her name. What is her name again,
Fennec,
dude?
like a Fennec fox.
Fennec. Yeah. I wanted to say Finn, but I'm like, no, that's the other dude from Star Wars. Fennec, a Fennec fox. We saw her showing off her fucking amazing skills with that rifle. Like, it was a really active, really awesome scene. And then I saw the note.
That scene where she spins around and she does a 180 fucking. Yeah. I was like, gamers are freaking the fuck out right now. Yeah. Go ahead though. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, dude, that was fucking sick, bro. But yeah, so we had all of that happen, and we're thinking everything's cool, everything's fine, no big deal. They finally, they're finally safe, and then we see a nice, and this is what Kyle thinks is the tragedy. We see a nice giant fucking bolt of fucking laser just wreck the Razor Crest.
One single fucking shink.
Oh, you scared Jamie, dude.
I'm sorry, Jam. She didn't like that scene either. She was like, the Razor Crest, no. But, dude, that's where the fucking tracking beacon ultimately ended up working the most, I think. Yeah, they were able to follow him to the planet, but they were able to get a direct lock-on to his ship and just... You know what I'm saying? Oh, so sad. But now we're in the Slave One.
That's just... Dude, the Razor Crest has been through so much shit this entire series, though, when you think about it. He just got it repaired again, too, dude. It was in working order, just all fucking... Oh, man. R.I.P. to the Razor Crest. We lost a real one today. 2020, just keep taking names, man.
It was a sad day, man. Razor Crest got fucked up 2020 in a galaxy far, far away.
So it's that's something I do want to bring up right now, is this episode... was really they gave us a lot and they took a lot from us.
Yeah, they have to. A give and take situation.
Yeah, like they gave us the reveal of Boba Fett, and it was so fucking well done. And then they took the Razor Crest from us, but that wasn't the only thing they took. But let's continue on. What happened after that? The Death Troopers?
Yeah, so Dark Troopers, are
there
actually
we
what
go.
they're called. They're robotic. They fly and they snag the fuck out of Grogu. I was like, I had it in the back of my head where I was like, I know they're gonna take him, but like, they were running, and I was like, first of all, why did Boba Fett make him take off his jetpack? I know why, but like, put it back on. What?
I was wondering, like, why didn't he get it back?
Yeah, he just never put it back on. So yeah, that was weird, but whatever. So they were running, they weren't fast enough. Dark Troopers fly off with Grogu, but Boba Fett is in fursuit. He's in fursuit. He's in a fursuit. He's a furry. Boba Fett's a furry, confirmed here. Boba Fett is in pursuit in the Slave One, and that's when he I could tell by looking at that Imperial cruiser through the thermals. I was like, okay, that's an Imperial cruiser, but he flies up through. This is New Republic era. This is the end of the Empire. This is what I think is the very start of, it's either the very end of the Empire or the very start of the First Order. But he's like, oh my God, they're back. You know, the Empire is back. And they tell him not to pursue because they don't want to hurt the child.
Yeah, we missed something actually.
Oh, what did we miss?
Beforehand, Boba Fett was actually ready to take down the Death Troopers, remember?
Right.
And then Mando was like, no, you got to stand down. We can't hurt the child. That's when he said that. That was great though, because once again it shows like, holy shit, Boba Fett really was just here for his armor. He wasn't here to cause trouble, and he genuinely wanted to help right there, because we see that as the first instance of it.
For sure.
But then we see the second instance when he goes up. He's just like, I can't fucking reach them right now. And then after that, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I'm not.
Skip some.
No, you're good.
He goes up. He heads up there. He gets a scope on the ship. Like, everybody's in shock.
Right.
That the Empire is still going around. Like they mentioned, was it the New Republic took control of the Outer Rim or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah,
so they mentioned that, and that's why it's a fucking jaw-dropping thing. Nobody realized that they were still around, and then we go back to it now where we see this is where I'm not afraid to admit it. This is where I cried, dog. When he started digging through the wreckage, and then he picked up the little knob, like, I cried, dog. I was like, fuck, dude.
Does that ball, like, when I first saw it, I swear to God, it was all silver, and now it's, like, got a blue top and, like, a blue stripe around it and stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, is it, like, an updated piece that they put on whenever the Razor Crest was, like, falling apart? What the hell's the deal?
Yeah. So I noticed that it looked a little different. I think maybe he's like, because he realizes to Grogu, it's like a toy. Maybe he's trying to make it like look cooler for him. That's just my only logic right there. But yeah, he picks that up, dude. I started crying, but then he picks up something else that fucking survived that.
Well, I wrote in my notes here that Mando lost the child and the ship, but at least he has his Beskar steel.
He still got that Beskar spear, baby.
So 25 years, the name Boba Fett has been inscribed into Jango Fett's armor, coded into it. That's how he was able to prove. And we got more backstory on Jango Fett, saying that he fought in the Mando Civil Wars. I mean, there's a lot of shit that happens on Mandalore, bro. There's so much back and forth, power shifting. And then, shortly after that, we've got, let's see, the Mando's like, well, fuck, like, where do I go from here, and they hold up their end of the bargain. He says, hey, we're not done yet. We're in your debt until we get that child back and safe in your arms, because the deal was the child's safety for the armor. He's got the armor. Now the child's safety is the part of the deal that's missing.
Yeah. It wasn't just child safety. He promised both the Mando and the child's safety.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
So he wanted to make sure both of them were good. Because technically, if it was just the child safety, he'd be like, all right, fuck you, dog.
He doesn't want to take care of the kid.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be the adventures of Boba and Mando. Dude.
I know. So when this first started, do you remember like when this very first Mandalorian, people are like, is it going to be about Boba Fett? Who's this new Mandalorian? Like, we're all trying to figure it out. We were hoping it was Boba Fett, and we're getting Boba Fett, which is so sick. Yeah, so now Boba and Fennec are in Mando's debt. They are going to be a part of the journey, at least in the next couple episodes. They head back to where Cara Dune
Yeah.
is the marshal now of the New Republic. She apparently took them up. Very unexpected, by the way. I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah.
She's like gonna follow the rules all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Until he says they have the kid. And then
Yeah.
she's like,
Well,
now the rules don't matter.
yeah, he was looking. So Jin comes back there, and at first I was thinking, oh, is he gonna try and ask for Kara's help? And then I always forget the other guy's name. I thought he was gonna ask for their help, but then he doesn't. He needs information on a specific individual, and I'm bad. So fun fact, everybody listening to this podcast, and it's gonna be something you see a lot when we talk about TV shows. I don't know why my brain doesn't retain character names very well.
Yeah.
For some reason, I think part of it is because, like, in shows, they only say characters' names every once in a while. Because, like, when we talk to each other as, like, friends or whatever, I'm not always like, Kyle. I'm just like, hey, dude, what's up? So it's like TV shows that don't actively say character names, they slip my mind. Whereas, like, when I play video games, you're either always hearing the character name spoken or you're always seeing it in text. But that was a little fun thing to explain why I don't know character names. But yeah, last season, Mandalorian was sent to do that fucking episode was great, by the way. I think that's my favorite season 1 episode, where he goes into a prison to try and do a little prison break, and things go wild and some people get left behind, and he is looking for one of those individuals that was left behind. He needs to bust them out of jail.
Right. So that's Miggs Mayfeld that you're wanting. And he was one of the guys who was in that little prison break area with the Twi'lek lady and everything. I personally, that was actually one of my least favorite episodes of the whole season. But I'm sorry, but I had other moments that I was so much more connected to. But this felt more like a kind of a bit of a filler. But now it's starting to feel like maybe I should go back and rewatch it and kind of see what it is we're kind of getting towards. Yeah. But Miggs Mayfeld was a ex-sniper in the Imperial military, a sharpshooter, and they're after him. They're going to look for him for one reason or another. What was the reason?
To help pretty much get Baby Yoda back, dog. Yeah. To get Grogu.
Maybe because he was Imperial military. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe because he can get through the ships and the systems.
He was the one. I think we both should rewatch that episode eventually so we can fill in the gaps right here. But I believe he was the one that was able to break them into the ship. He was able to get them into the ship. He was able to break into the prison and everything. I think he was the person, because everybody in the group had a specific role. And Mando was there obviously to be the bodyguard, to be the one to take the brunt of the force. So I think that was his job. He was the one that was able. So my idea is he's getting a hold of them because they need to get into that ship. They need a way to break into it. He's the guy that's going to know how to do it, and boom, they're going to rescue the child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he's actually, because of what he did to Mando, he is actually serving 50 years at a place called the Carthon Chop Fields. And the Carthon Chop Fields, according to fandom.com, Star Wars. Okay. The Carthon, Wikipedia today. Not Wikipedia today. This is, well, actually, so this is still based out on Wikipedia, the information, but it's called Star Wars Fandom, starwars.fandom.com/wikis/Carthon Chop Fields. It's all Wikipedia, but the Carthon Chop Fields was a location where the New Republic sent prisoners to serve time. During a rescue mission aboard the New Republic prison ship, both on 5, the crew of the mercenaries, led by Miggs Mayfeld, which is our guy thereafter, were left imprisoned aboard the vessel by the Mandalorian bounty hunter Din Djarin, who they had betrayed during the course of the mission. After the ship was located in the Delestri system, Mayfeld was apprehended and sent to 50 years at the Carthon Chop Fields. I don't know what the Carthon Chop Fields are or what you have to do.
We gonna find out, bruh.
But yeah, we about to figure it out. Oh, at the very top, there's a thing. It says, "No, I am your father," and then it goes, "Warning: this page contains major spoilers from Chapter 14, the tragedy. Caution is advised."
Oh, that's great. That's cool. Great. Yeah, so that was his thing, but the episode doesn't end there.
Right.
This is the peak of everything, I think. So they gave us 2 things and they took 2 things away. They took away Baby Grogu and they took away the Razor Crest. They gave us Boba Fett and his origin and all of that. And they also gave, in my opinion, I feel like this is something that they gave us, but some people may disagree. So we cut to the ship. We see Moff Gideon. They're like, yeah, the asset is here. We got him. And as he's getting closer to the room, I already hear the screaming of the stormtroopers. I personally thought he was gonna fucking murder them. But either way, they open the door, and Grogu's just fucking force slamming the shit out of them, just tossing them back and forth. I was like, holy shit, this kid is a lot more powerful than we really fucking realize. He's just tossing them back and forth, and like, fucking Moff is a dick, but I really liked what he did right here. The trooper's like, okay, let's go. He's like, no, wait. And I think he knew he wasn't going to be able to kill them. He obviously knew he was about to tire himself out. But man, near the end of it, he's just choking both of them, dude. Just trying so hard.
Which is, I think, a fear response that's leading to him using some more dark side abilities. I also love that we're past the Jedi, Sith, so we have a lot of gray area between where the Jedi can interact, because there's nobody living in the Jedi code necessarily anymore.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jedi can't kill, right?
Jedi can kill the fuck out of people, dude.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I thought there was like a rule where they don't.
They only kill if they need to. But yeah, they kill the hell out of people, bro. Those lightsabers have slashed through.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know why that was in my mind at one point, just because. Not to distract, just really quick. When I thought about Ahsoka killing what's the name of the Inquisitor? For some reason, I felt like that was something like really like something she wouldn't do normally.
I mean, at the beginning of the last episode, she was through a tree and a dude twice.
Well, yeah, I know she killed him twice. I'm just saying.
Twice, she killed him twice.
Like everybody's operating off a different code now. Yeah. Everybody's like getting more savage, if that makes sense. Like the Jedi that may still be around probably aren't the nicest of people, is where I'm trying to go with this.
I'm just saying Cal Kestis is still out there. I'm just saying, and he may be old enough to be a Jedi Master, and I'm just saying I think it'll be Cal Kestis, bro. I think there's a reason they introduced him in the video game. I think there's a reason why they introduced certain force powers into that before we saw him in the movie. And then why they introduced certain things in the TV show before we saw it in the movies, and then why we're seeing the video game before we see something in the TV show that kind of.
In the video, are you talking about I can't remember the name of it, but it was the most
Fallen
recent
Order
game by EA. Yeah, and it has the guy who played the Joker, Jeremy or Jerome in Gotham. Yeah, dude. So it's funny you mentioned that now though, because I've never really seen games do that. Like every once in a while they do, but I found it really odd that they accurately, like they did super mocap to make he looks exactly like the actor.
He looks great.
So after what you just said, she can show up and take the role, dude.
Yep.
He can just like we had with Bo-Katan. Oh, dude, because. I always say this to people. A lot of the expanded material in video games is some of the best material ever. Like when I played Battlefront 2, I think it was the new one, where you get to play not Sith, an Imperial like officer who's like great at fly. I forget her name, but like you get to see exactly when what was the play? See, I'm bad with names. I'm sorry, everyone. What was the planet at the end of Star Wars where they blew up the base or whatever?
Which one? The woodsy planet?
I think so, yeah.
Endor?
Yes. The game takes place right after Endor, and you see this Imperial pilot who ends up going against the Imperials, because we're seeing a different type of Imperial where like they get ready to like purge the planet and kill all these people. So I'm kind of sitting here, it's like, wow, that's a great story for the video game. I wonder if they'll ever do it. And then you just mentioned how like we're seeing a bit of a new, like I feel like a lot of this expanded material.
Are you talking about Iden Versio from Battlefront?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. That's where you get to see also Luke and Leia when they're sort of middle-aged at that point. You get to see how Han and Chewie get the Millennium Falcon back and everything. Like that was, I'm telling you, man.
Chewie, we're home.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't think we should make Star Wars movies anymore. lore. We should make books, we should make shows, we should make games. Because when they deliver the lore in those type of doses, I feel they do so well.
Yeah.
But then when they try
agree.
to deliver it in a bigger package, like it just becomes a wild mess.
With the people we have in charge now, I think a Star Wars movie, depending on what they do, is like totally has potential, lots and lots of potential. But I don't think that it has any. I don't think that with the people who were in charge of the last prequel, they should continue with that series. It just strays so far from Star Wars, the way Star Wars feels, with that like really nice artistic and like soulful approach to everything that they do. They film as if everything kind of has a meaning or a reason.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
I agree, dude. I agree. We went a little off topic.
No, it's all good. They stunned and shackled the baby. They stunned and shackled him. We're back on track. I got you, bro.
Yeah, dog. You missed one important thing.
Oh, yeah?
They stunned and shackled him, dog.
What was that?
Fucking Moff looks there, and he's having a little conversation with him, and then he goes, "Have you ever seen one of these before?"
Oh, yeah.
And he turns the Darksaber on. And man, Grogu still had some fight in him, dude. He was ready to take that saber, dog.
He's like, "I'll take that."
Yeah, and Moff was just like, "You're not ready for that. You might put your eye out." And I was like, "Dude, Grogu. Imagine if Grogu wasn't tired out, dude, and he stole the Darksaber from Moff and just wrecked everybody in that room, dude."
It's so funny because I want you to imagine this for a second. We all know that he's actually 50 years old, which means that I believe he has at least 20 years of training. 20 years. I believe that. So if he is at least 20 years of training before he went into hiding or whatever, this little bastard, and because if you look at Yoda, you're like, oh, he's feeble, he can't really move a lot, but once he gets that lightsaber in his hand, he's moving. This little guy, I kind of feel is the same. He's like slow moving, he's stuff like that, but when he used the Force, like with the stormtroopers there, you see him like whipping motherfuckers around, and it's like powerful, and you can feel it, even though he's so tiny. But let's imagine that given the proper honing of the Force, you can see this little 50-year-old baby start whipping around a room if he learned how to control it. You know what I'm saying? But they stunned and shackled him. After teasing him, they teased him. They promised him a good time, and then they just like.
That made me, dude. That whole scene, I was like excited, but I was also sad, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, man, Grogu, dude, Grogu.
Yeah. And then we get the name of Dr. Pershing again. So this is the guy who Dr. Pershing, Camino, Doctor. Let me look him up real quick.
If I remember correctly, he was the one who like gave Grogu away. Like he told Din what was going on and everything. And he's like, just take the child far away from here. And
well, Pershing is still the one who's in charge of run. He retrieved. Let me see. Let me just read it real quick so I don't. He's the one who's in charge of the whole experiment. So go ahead and say what you were going to. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, him being in charge. I don't think he likes the experiment though. Like I think he's one of those.
Oh yeah, he did.
I think I could say it's like a trope, but he's one of those scientists that's doing something really fucked up that he thought. Like I feel like maybe this project he thought was going to be something beneficial at the end, and then they end up using him to do something really fucked up with it. So he's just kind of sitting here now, like, dog, this isn't what I signed up for. I don't want to do this anymore. But he pretty much has a gun to his head where he has to go through with it. And I'm wondering what's going to happen when he gets the child back. Like part of me sitting here like maybe he'll be a key to helping, Mando get the kid back.
Yeah, I don't know because I'm not sure if if that's how he thought. I thought he was more like quivering and being kind of a bitch and like. But here's the thing. It wasn't that bad. It was more like yeah, I have to as well now. But Din kind of showed up, wrecked everybody, and then if I remember correctly, he was saying he was like begging for the child's life as well as his own, and so Djarin let him live. Din Djarin let him live, but. I don't know how he really feels about the science project. He obviously fought back and was like saying something along the lines of like, no, that will kill him. We don't want to kill him. And so he has some heart, right? So let's hope that he's part of the key to bringing back little baby Yoda. I guess we'll find out in the next episode. And the next episode means another podcast.
Give me 1 second. Hold on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a good feeling we might get 2 more episodes.
Maybe 3.
Last season was 8.
Was it 8?
Hold on,
I think it was 9.
Let me look at the calendar really quick.
Okay.
I think WandaVision is supposed to actually start January 1st, so it would make sense. I said we might get 2 more episodes, so we get an episode next week, December 11th, then an episode the week after that on December 18th.
Right.
I could see them leaving Christmas. 25th is Christmas. Maybe they will give us an extra episode, because I'm sure Christmas Day they might want to. Either way,
Life Day celebration.
We're gonna have 2 to 3 episodes left in this season, and it's not going to air alongside with WandaVision. That was their big push. Essentially, they were just like, yeah, Mandalorian's going on. We have to retain subscribers. Here's WandaVision, everyone. And everyone's like, woo. I know I'm keeping my Disney Plus subscription.
Oh, for sure. And I want to... WandaVision, guys, you're going to love it.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that for fucking sure. But yeah, going back, once again, I got a little sidetracked, but going back, we just wrapped up. We mentioned next episode. Was that pretty much it?
Yeah, so next episode's going to be when the next episode of The Mandalorian comes out. So Jam may help us out with that one as well. Obviously, her insight is super, super helpful. She is perfect for the job. And
I feel like we should have let her say more.
We should have. Okay. Should we?
We should have.
Do you want to say more?
Yeah, let's give her one moment of spotlight. By the way, audio listeners, there's a cat here.
Jam, what did you think of this? Cat. What did you think of this episode of The Mandalorian? Pretty good. What do you think? Do you want to say anything, Jam?
She dug it.
You want to say anything, Jam?
I think she enjoyed it.
Yeah, she had a great time, and
where's she going?
Yeah, she'll just be right here hanging out. For everybody who's listening, Jam is one of my cats. She is the oldest of 3, and she'll sit here with me all day long. She's currently sitting in front of me watching everybody on the podcast and sniffing my mic, rubbing on the mic.
There you go. Fell down.
It fell over.
I remember I knew her when she was a infant. How old is she? Was that 3 years ago now?
It was a while ago. She's about 3, yeah.
Damn, time has been flying, man.
Oh, what a good girl. Come here.
Yeah, that's
I'll rub on the mic.
Dude, she's gonna love that microphone. Yeah, that's been this week's episode of Mandalorian and this week's episode of the podcast. Please, like always, let us know in the comments below.
Yes, please.
What you thought about the episode, not just the episode of our podcast, but the episode of Mandalorian. Give us your thoughts, theories. Oh, she's flashing her butthole.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. OnlyFans.
Oh man. Yeah, let us know your fan theories.
Leave them in the comments below, guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We want to hear it. We man, this episode fucked me up. The tragedy, man.
The tragedy. It was a tragedy. But we've got so much more cool shit coming. I'm so excited to be a part of it with Chris and with the rest of Project Hindsight as we build as a amazing little community, and I'm so happy that you guys are all a part of it. Please like, comment, subscribe, do what you got to do. We're here for you, and thanks for being here for us. You guys are fucking incredible.
You are, everybody. That was great. Papa bless.
Papa bless.
Papa bless.
Papa bless. You want to say the last words?
Oh, are we still recording?
Tell him
right there.
Tell him why you didn't have a backdrop this time. I just realized that.
Because we're using Discord. You should see an upgraded quality to this entire podcast. Yeah, this is where I really record.
Yeah.
I'm not actually recording on Tatooine.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone.
That's okay. It looks like my kitchen, so whatever.
Yeah. It'll be funny. We'll figure out a way to get something going on back there. If not, enjoy my kitchen.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I hardly even notice, to be real.
Oh yeah, final thought.
Go for it.
Don't let your
dreams be dreams.
I was gonna say don't let your memes be dreams, dude.
Don't let your dreams be memes like ours.
Shit. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.